Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I was actually going to do like a life update because I haven't actually done an update since like ever. I've never done an update, but obviously I took like a 2-year gap yeah. And I did loads of stuff, so much has happened, but I'm not going to do that. But I will do that in the next video. So this video I decided to do because I was actually at a wedding on the weekend, and at this wedding I met the brother of the groom for the first time, and he caught me in the middle of the night and started explaining. He introduced me to his, I think, friends. Yeah, he introduced me to his friends and basically explained this testimony that I had shared, not with him, with his brother, like 3 years prior, and it was something that happened while I was away in Bangladesh. If you haven't seen my like Christian coming to Christ testimony, I will link it down below and also at the end of this video or here somewhere if that's possible, I don't know. But go ahead and watch that because it explains like where I've come from and how my like Jesus Christian journey began. So definitely go and check that out first. Okay, so let's start from there. So if you have watched that video, then you would know that I have done drugs in my life, like a lot of different ones, to be fair. So this testimony is about what happened when I spoke to God about doing drugs. This is when I became a Christian, so this is 2 years ago. And it's quite a cool story actually, like still to this day, I'm not baffled by it, but I'm amazed by it. And it's something that loops in my head quite often. So yeah, grab yourselves a drink, a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a bagel, whatever, and get yourself comfortable. That was a very good accent, wasn't it? I'm so good at doing accents. Oh my gosh, maybe I should do an accent video. Anyways, I digress. Let's start with, I'll set the scene for you guys. So I had just become a Christian and I ended up in Bangladesh. So I'm in Bangladesh and I was on a mission trip with Tear Fund, and it was like a day that I was sick. So if you're sick in Bangladesh, there is nothing for you to do apart from lay in your bed. That is it. The only thing that you can do is lay in your bed. There's no TV, there's no like nothing. There's no entertainment, you know? You could like go outside, but in that kind of like Bangladeshi culture, if you're sick, you stay in bed and like your family will come and bring you food and like give you this and give you that and give you that, but you don't do anything, yeah? You do nothing. So I'm sick and I'm in bed and I'm doing nothing. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, at least I've got time now to just like pray. Like there's nothing else for me to do, so I might as well commune with my Heavenly Father. So I'm lying down in the darkness, all the shutters. So in Bangladesh there's like shutters. There's no like curtains, it's all just like shutters. So it's pitch black when you shut them. You see nothing. It could be like super bright outside and you shut these shutters and you're basically in a black hole. So I'm sick, laying in the bed in my black hole, and I start praying. And one of the drugs that I would do quite a lot is hallucinogenics and like psychedelics. So that's like mushrooms, acid, like that kind of stuff. And I remember back then thinking, I was praying and I was making excuses in my head. So I'd be like, oh God, you know, doing like hallucinogenics and like psychedelics is actually just me enhancing your creation. You know, it's just like, I want to see trees and I want to see them like even more beautiful. And so, you know, it's okay, it's nothing, like you know, it's like wearing HD 3D goggles, you know, like it's your creation I'm just admiring on like another level. And so I was going through that in my head, praying and just kind of like pouring my heart out and saying like, God, honestly, like I could give up all the other drugs, but like this is gonna be one that you're really gonna have to convince me about, because like it just didn't seem as bad, and like mushrooms grow from the ground, you know, like it's natural, blah blah. And yeah, so that went on for maybe like 5 minutes. I was just pouring my heart out. What prompted me in doing this was the day before, I was walking around like the area that we lived in. It's called a compound, but I was walking around this compound. It's not actually as harsh as it sounds. Actually, it was a little bit, but not too much. Anyways, so I'm walking around this compound and I start to see all these tiny, like teeny tiny little mushrooms all like popped out of nowhere. And I actually took some, and I had a journal back then, and I like dried them, flat pressed them, I don't know, flour pressed, it's not really flour. I like dried them in my notebook, and let me actually, I'm gonna go find that notebook so you can see, because it's quite cute. So this is the notebook that I had, and I journaled like every single thing from being a Christian and my time in Bangladesh, and this journal is like one of my favorite things ever. Okay, so here it is. You see those little mushrooms? Yeah, so these were growing just outside our little like house accommodation, and it hadn't even occurred to me as a new Christian that I probably shouldn't be doing drugs, or that like God most likely wouldn't be okay with me doing drugs, you know? So these mushrooms that started growing really reminded me, and then I happened to be ill the next day. So anyway, so I'm saying all these prayers and my eyes are closed, and let me reiterate, I'm in the pitch blackness of this room. And my eyes are closed and I'm praying, and all of a sudden it goes like silent, my mind is silent, and I'm just about to fall asleep, and then I hear God say, open your eyes. And I open my eyes, and on the wall opposite me, so I'm laying in my bed here, and on the wall like over there is this rainbow, but it's not like it's not like in like rainbow pattern, if you know what I mean. You know, a rainbow has like a pattern, it's like, I don't know what the pattern is, but it wasn't in rainbow order pattern, so I knew that it wasn't like a refraction of light, reflection of light, I don't know what the terminology is. I knew that it wasn't that. And I remember staring at this wall and thinking like, am I tripping? Like, is that really there? Because it was such a bright rainbow, and I was in the complete darkness. And so I saw this rainbow on this wall, and ever so slightly I heard God say, you don't need to do psychedelics, because the things that I can show you will far outdo drugs and any like man-made hallucinogenic or psychedelic could do. I will show you way more. And I remember thinking like, oh wow, that's kind of crazy. Like that is very crazy. And this rainbow was still on the wall, and obviously I stared at it for like a full 2 minutes, thinking that maybe it was just in my head and I was just dreaming. And I had to get a photograph of it because I wanted to share it with all the other people that I was with, and also I needed to prove to myself that was actually there. So I have a picture of it. I'll insert it here somewhere. And yeah, so that is the rainbow, and it was there for about 20 minutes. After about 5 minutes, I got up and I was like searching around the room, trying to find where this tiny bit of light must be coming from. And I looked everywhere, looked at all the windows. I even opened the window at one point. I put my hand in front of it and there was like a really slight shadow. So I figured there must be light coming from somewhere, but I could not find the light. I'm telling you, like, it was pitch black. I couldn't find the light. I had no idea where it was coming from. And so eventually I was just like, wow, okay, God, I hear you loud and clear. And yeah, and that was the very last day that I'd thought about drugs, that I had felt the need that I'd, what? And honestly, like, I haven't felt any need to do them since then. Don't feel like there's just nothing. It's like God can show me crazier things than that. And he has. Like, seeing a rainbow so sober on a wall in pitch blackness is quite trippy, to say the least. So yeah, I was only recently reminded of that story, but I just wanted to share a Bible verse which I think ties up everything. This is the Bible verse. It is Psalm 33, and I'm going to read from verse 6. The Lord merely spoke, and the heavens were created. He breathed the word, and all the stars were born. He assigned the sea its boundaries, and locked the oceans in vast reservoirs. Let the whole world fear the Lord, and let everyone stand in awe of him. For when he spoke, the world began. It appeared at his command. So yeah, that's the Bible verse. But yeah, so that's my testimony about how I spoke to God about drugs and what he said. Since then, I haven't done any drugs. I haven't felt the need to do any drugs, and I'm merely sharing this testimony to help any like new Christians out there. If you're like on the journey and drugs is something that you like currently enjoy or something that you're struggling with, this is just my story. And honestly, if I had tried to stop doing drugs like on my own, it would not have worked out. I can tell you right now that it's only by like the grace of God and his power in me that enabled me to do that. And it wasn't a struggle. It was like an effortless ease that comes with knowing the Father. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this story. I hope you understood everything, because my brain like is a bit messy sometimes, and like I mumble things and like mix things up. But thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this video and if you have any thoughts, please leave a comment down below. Give this video a like and click the subscribe button, which is either in this corner or it's in this corner. I don't know, the little KB. Yeah, give that a click. Subscribe real quick. Oh, that rhymed. But yeah, I hope you like this video, and I will see you next week for maybe a vlog. Maybe I'll do like a day in the life. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do a quick day in the life. But I also do need to do a life update. So I will see you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye. I love you all. Mwah.
Not today, Satan, I'm immune to your temptation. Not today, Satan.